Hi, I'm Debbie with Rocking Chair Quilts in Butler, Missouri, and I wanted to talk to you today about using the folded corner clipper tool by Creative Grids on binding. And I just finished the Stitch Peak quilt, so I thought that's a perfect binding to demonstrate that on. So I cut my 8 strips. I cut mine 2 1/4. Doesn't matter with this tool what size you cut your binding. I went ahead and cut the selvages off so I have all straight edges. So what I would do first is lay them all out. And I like the very first strip of mine to be a straight edge when I'm putting my binding on, and I leave a tail, but I like it to be straight. And I like the last one to be straight also. So I'm not going to cut both ends of this first one or both ends of the last one. So I want to lay it right side up. And then I'm going to layer several on here, right on top of one another, and all of them are right side up. So I'm going to flip this around.
Now that's the end of that strip you just laid on.
That's the end
there.
of the one, yes.
Okay.
I left the one end out straight. I'm not cutting it, but I'm flipping this one around and cutting both ends.
Okay.
I'm going to layer a couple more. But I want all my edges even, and you want to have a straight edge here. Going to stack them up. I think I'm just going to, well, actually I'm going to do that last one because I only do one end of it. So this is my one that's going to be at the very end, and I want the straight end on there, so I'm just going to layer one edge here. So I've got them laid out like this. They're all right side up. Then I'm going to line my folded corner clipper up on it, and it has markings for 1 inch, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 2. So it has all the for 1/2 inch and 1/4 inch on here. And I cut mine, I said 2 1/4. So I'm going to line the top edge up. I'm going to line the little dotted edge that's 2 1/4 right here. It goes across the bottom and up this side. So I know it's going straight. I'm going to cut that off. Now, the reason you leave them all right side up is because when you put them right sides together, they're going to line up perfectly.
Haha, no more guessing.
Right. You don't have to draw a line. You don't have to eyeball it. You sew right at 1/4 inch. And I'll show you on here, when I lay this back on here, this is at the corner. That line is 1/4 inch. And it goes from this corner to this corner. So it should line up perfectly. You sew that, you flip it out.
And it'll be a straight piece of fabric
Right.
instead of stair-stepped.
So I've already done a few of these because I had to cut 8 strips. So look at this. It's practically seamless. I press my
point
seam
out
open.
the seam because we can't
Yes.
see it.
Okay, it's right there. There's one. Here's another one.
Ah,
Here's another one. So it just lines up
run
so
your finger
nicely.
along it. There it is. Okay, that
Good.
is hard to see.
Really? Okay, good. Because I can see it perfectly, but... All right, that's great. This is why I love this. This is another reason why I love this tool. It's good for doing those flipped corners, but it's also nice for binding. If nothing else, this is a great tool to have just for the binding.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks for joining us.